Greetings! Mr. O, my cameraman, is also a wonderful gardener and potter. He made this beautiful vase. During my Rubber Nature dimensional stamps video, I showed you the many ways that we could work with the dimensional stamps and focused mainly on cards. You may remember some of these. This is a beautiful one. It's a best wishes card, and Mr. O and I extend our best wishes to all of you for safety and happiness. During this video, we'll be working with my dimensional stamps, but I'm going to show you how to expand your designs and create framed wall pieces. Here are some beautiful examples. The easiest way to expand a design would be to stamp out a couple of the images and just take and layer one over the other. Have your artwork in the middle. You might decide that you want to put more color contrast into the piece, so you could use a different colorway. Still do your piece in the middle. I've got a couple of samples that I'll show you using this technique. Here we go. And I've got one of the square dimensionals here, and remembering how we could fit just a square image in the middle, frame it in. And then I've got another of the square dimensionals out here. Actually, it looks like I've used three here. 1, 2, 3. So that's a very easy way to expand the design. Let me show you another example. And on this one I have got two pieces. And I know you're looking at all the color in these pieces. And if you go to my video on my Rubber Nature tool stamps, you can learn how to put beautiful color into any stamped image. Another fun way to expand a design would be to stamp out your dimensionals, dimensionalize some of the pieces, and then just use that dimensional stamp to stamp on your background. In this case, it was a mat that I cut the circular shape into and layered everything in. And then I had fun adding some very fine wire and some beads. Very pretty piece. So you can see my dimensionals right here, 1, 2, 3. And I've expanded the design by adding some of the Rubber Nature leaf designs here, basing everything on a larger piece of paper, doing a little accenting with some metal beads, and also layering everything onto another piece that I had used the Rubber Nature stamps on and just stamped out my designs. I think it turns out very nice as well. One of my very favorite ways to expand a design is to stamp the design out twice and then make some cuts. And this cut will be a vertical cut and a horizontal cut. And I've done that already on the second piece. So I've got the images. And then I would get my board ready and lay out my design. And I've got a little bit of tape on the back here so I can make this stick. And I'm just overlapping the piece. And of course, when you'd be working on this, you'd be using your tape or a glue stick or something to stick everything down. But I'm just doing this for a demonstration purpose for you. And you can see how easy it is to expand this design. You can use this technique with any of my square dimensional stamps. I've got a sample where I've got a piece that I've expanded and I've framed. So this is a different design, and I've used the technique where I've tucked in a square stamp image, and then this is another dimensional, and I've layered it onto still another dimensional and used this cut in place and tucked everything under. And I made this one, I made a second copy of it, and this is the one I've done here. And I did the vertical and the horizontal cut and extended out to the edge. Another way to make cuts to expand the design would be to stamp your image out twice. I've done that here. And I used some of my tool stamps to create the patterns and the colorways. I stamped out the first time, and then I did a second stamping without cleaning the stamp off. So the color is a little lighter here, but they go together nicely. So when I made my cuts, I did them diagonally. Instead of doing the vertical and horizontal cuts, which I could do, but I didn't. I did diagonal cuts. And so diagonally from one corner to the next corner. And that's what I've got here. So I can take these pieces and I can work them in. Just put them down in the corners to expand my design. I put a little bit of tape on the back of this so it would stick to the board. And I'm having a little difficulty picking it up. Here. So you can see how easy that is to expand the design. And then I've got a nice piece that I'll put onto this. And here's a little trick. I've taken some of the tape and I use my X-Acto knife and just give a little press here, and I can remove this paper that I don't need, revealing the sticky, and then I'll put that on. So it would go perfectly, and I've got a piece that's ready for a frame. Took a couple of minutes and added an extra background layer and then framed the piece so you could see what it would look like. I'm really excited about the next video that I'm going to be doing. It's fun dimensionals. You won't want to miss it. Thanks for joining me today. Again, please stay safe, and if you enjoyed this video, I hope you'll give me a thumbs up and subscribe.